Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shayla, but you can call me Shay. And today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I'm just going to be doing my makeup and I'm going to be chatting a little bit about just motherhood for me, my experiences during this quarantine, how I've been coping with things. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, I already washed and moisturized my face. I'm just going to put on my primer now. And let's get right into the chit chat. Okay, so I'm not going to really go into detail about the products that I'm using. But if you guys are interested in like a full tutorial, in-depth tutorial on my makeup routine, I'll be glad to give it. Just let me know in the comments. Okay, so pretty much as I mentioned in my very first video, if you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, go ahead and look at that. I'll link that in the description. But like I mentioned in my very first video, I'm a single mom of 2. And quarantine has been an adjustment as a single mom. Just kind of because, you know, when you're working and the kids are in school and daycare, you have like a routine. We had a routine, like get up in the morning, get them dressed. They go to the daycare. I go to work, come home, play a little, eat, bathe, sleep, repeat. So just kind of trying to adjust to a different type of life, being a stay-at-home mom, so to speak, because, you know, since they're not in school, not going out to work or anything. So I did the most of my eyebrows already because I needed to go in my bathroom. But anyway, so yeah, quarantine has been an adjustment, you know, just trying to getting used to them not being in school and being home 24/7. And don't get me wrong, like I've been having a really great time with my babies, you know, just bonding with them. Like when they actually do go back to school, I'm gonna miss them so much. But you know, it can be hard sometimes just trying to make sure that I do things with them to keep their minds stimulated, you know, because they would normally be in school or in daycare learning things every day and doing, you know, activities. So I've been I pretty much just been taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. While also trying to like keep my own personal sanity and like make sure I take a few minutes to myself every now and then. That can be hard trying to do sometimes. Because sometimes, you know, we want a minute to ourselves to do something that we want to do versus, all right, they're taking a nap, but I'm tired too, so I'm going to take a nap too. You know, sometimes I want to get some other things done, and it can be kind of hard because they're so young. They require a lot of attention. So sometimes getting things done doesn't happen. But yeah, guys, that's just how quarantine has been for me. Just spending my time trying to make sure my babies' minds are continuing to be stimulated while also making sure I take out necessary time that I need just for myself, you know, because it can get stressful. Don't get me wrong, like we have really great days sometimes and then we have really bad days. So it can be stressful, and I think it's important just as a parent to take some time out for yourself as needed because, honey, mental health is really important right now, guys. Like seriously, that's why I said, like, for all my moms, my single moms, single dads, single parents, whoever, like, make sure y'all take some time out for yourselves sometimes, because trust me, I know, like, you just need that time to yourself just to regroup. It's like really important to be able to regroup, because I feel like, you don't get a chance to take a break, not necessarily take a break, but, just take a few minutes or a little time to yourself. When you don't get that chance, like, you become irritable, then you find yourself not being able to fully be present with your children. You know what I mean? Because like you tired, you just need some time to breathe. Let me tell you, when you have toddlers, especially, like it can be rough. It can be rough. Check on y'all single mom friends with toddlers, because it's rough out here.
My back is against the wall. This is not a test. It's the real deal. Help me. Help me. Nigga.
One thing I find that I really, really, really like to do is write. Like sometimes, if I'm not too tired, like when the kids will take a nap or something, I kind of just go like in my room and I just write. I just love to write. I think I actually thought about starting like a blog, writing about like motherhood. I dealt with postpartum depression after having my daughter. So I just wanted to write like about my experiences, with certain I feel like if I talk about what I went through just as a mom, my pregnancy, going through postpartum after having my daughter, I feel like just expressing what I experienced during those times, like you never know, like someone can be looking for someone to relate to, in a sense, like somebody can be going through the same thing. Maybe they want to see how I got through it. So I just think it'll be good for me to just like put all of those things out there to help someone, or, but I really recommend, guys, I recommend therapy, because therapy, I still go to therapy and it's really, really, really good. Like, of course, sometimes it takes some time to find the right therapist for you, because I'm on my third one, and this one I'm keeping because I really, 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 really like her. I'm the type of person, I feel like when I'm going through things, I kind of just go through my things in silent. Like, I don't want to talk about it for the most part. Sometimes I do, and that's when I write. Like, I write about it more than I talk. I'm more willing to write about it than I'm willing to like talk about it with someone else. Mostly because, like, it's good to express things to your friends, but sometimes they don't have the right answers. Like, they don't know how to respond to things, especially if they haven't been through it themselves. And I experience that a lot sometimes with some of my friends. I've experienced that, and that's kind of why. I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like when I'm going through things, I'm trying to figure out how to navigate through those feelings and things that I'm going through. And, I don't want a bunch of dang, oh, really? Oh, that's sad. Dang. Like, how people or even yourself responds to people when you really don't know what to say, because, sometimes people going through things, it's just like, what do I say to that? And it's not it's not their fault or anything like that. It's just, they just don't know what to say. They haven't experienced the same things. That's where your therapist can come in, though, because it is good to express how you feel. I definitely think that it's good to have some type of outlet. Even if you don't talk about it, it's good to have some type of outlet. Like for me, like I said, I write, if in a moment I don't have anyone to talk to, but I will talk about things to my therapist, and it just feels really better. They know the right questions to ask to get you to really think about what you're going through, where it might have stemmed from. If what you think is the issue really is the issue, like, they just know how to pull things out of you. And that I really like. It's like they are licensed to do so. So it's just better, you know, just when you just need answers. But a lot of times, like, you do find those answers within yourself. But it's good to have someone to help pull those answers out. Like, you know, because some of you just like, I don't know what to do. And your therapist is there to say, well, have you thought about X, Y, Z? And then you're just like, you know what? Like, I never thought about that. They just know the right things to say and ask you to help you get it out. So yeah, with all that being said, I highly recommend therapy to those that really just need someone to talk to. I recommend it. I feel like people are so against it because, I don't know. I know I was against therapy at first because I didn't want to feel crazy, I guess. Like I need therapy. But it's not at all. It's not, you know, it's not like a daggone psych ward or something. Therapy has helped me kind of change my way of thinking about myself. Like, I've always been a confident person, but after having kids, sometimes you're just different. Like, you know, you're just different because you go through so many hormonal changes, you go through so many physical changes. I just feel myself evolving nowadays. Like, I finally started my YouTube. I have been stalling for years now on it. And, you know, I finally mustered up the courage to do that. I was so afraid of what people might think. What if people don't like me? What if my videos aren't good enough? What if, you know, just so much self-doubt going on. But I'm here. I just kind of ignore my eyebrows because they are just too messy for me to get them like how I really want them to be. So just ignore those. I feel like now I'm at a point in my life where anything I feel like I want to do that I feel like is attainable, like any goal that I set, I'm gonna just do it. Like, I used to talk myself out of things so much. Just so much self-doubt, y'all. Like, now I'm just doing it. Whatever I'm gonna do, I'm doing it. Because life is short. You only got one life to live, and I feel like you have to live it to the absolute fullest. Okay, y'all, so I'm finished my face for the most part. I'm just gonna do my lips. I like to line my lips with like a matte liquid lipstick instead of a pencil, because I don't know, I think I like how it blends more. All right, so this is the finished look. Just a really chill makeup look for a night out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me and chatting with me. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.